let's talk to our guest, Samit Chavan, technical analyst at Angel Broking. Samit, welcome to the show. First question to you would be that Nifty at record highs, but what I'm seeing right now is good at the money put buying, which is happening here, and also long, basically out of the money call options being bought here, long addition in the Nifty futures here. So how's the overall setup looking to you for Nifty and Bank Nifty both?
See, first of all, I would like to talk about Bank Nifty, which has been underperforming of late. 25,800 has been acting as a very strong resistance, and today we saw a decisive move beyond that. So once Bank Nifty surpasses that level, we were expecting 250 points immediate jump, and we have already seen that. So 26,050 to 26,200, this is seen as a very important resistance level. So we would expect some kind of profit booking happen, but we'll rather wait for a confirmation to happen. As of now, if we see the overall structure in ICICI Bank also, it is quite strong, and this is the one stock that has contributed quite heavily on Friday also. So this particular stock is positively poised. So second half would be quite crucial for our markets. So when for Bank Nifty 26,050 to 26,200, we are seeing a important resistance level, and if it manages to surpass those levels, then we could see much higher levels. But if that doesn't happen, then we could see a consolidation within a range of say 26,200 to 25,800 on the lower side. As far as Nifty is concerned, yes, today also we have seen another upside cap, and Nifty has managed to surpass 10,750 quite convincingly. But if we look at it from a slightly broader perspective, 10,780, 10,800 would be seen as immediate resistance. Around these levels, we are likely to see some kind of profit booking, but the weakness would start only below 10,700, 10,600. So as of now, we expect Nifty to remain in a range wherein high side 10,780, 10,800 would act as an immediate resistance, wherein on the lower side 10,700, 10,650 has become a very strong support.
Samit, from the trade point of view, if I just want to ask, is it a good idea to just go out and buy 10,700 put right now? Because if 800 is a strong resistance, perhaps it's unlikely to expect that markets could still straight away run away to 11,000 here. So is that a good idea, or you think that because the momentum is very strong, you should actually wait for a pullback and then actually go long?
No, being an aggressive trader, yes, you can take that punt to 10,700, but so you can go long in that particular strike price, wherein your stop loss would be somewhere around 10,800 on a closing basis. So for the day, if we have to see any particular level, then 10,715 to 10,725. This is the important support zone that we are looking for. If Nifty manages to stay beyond this level, then we are likely to head toward 10,800. But as I said, second half would be quite crucial. If we see some kind of profit booking happening, then probably 10,700 would be retested.
Right, and what is interesting actually, there is 70% increase in the open interest on 10,700 put, which means traders actually are expecting that there could be a good pullback, or perhaps market actually could go on just surprising in terms of upside here. So again, 900 good addition, but 700 is is huge increase in the open interest here. So just continuing on that, basically, let's talk some stocks also here. And in terms of private banks again, are you basically looking at some of the top picks in the banking side, starting with ICICI Bank again, very strong addition in terms of the long open interest here? And is there anything else in the financial space which you're liking right now?
Yes, as I have highlighted in my opening remarks also, that ICICI Bank is the one stock that is looking quite strong, and Friday also we've seen a massive move from the levels of 310. So this is the particular stock which is clearly contributing in our benchmark indices right now. So 332, 335, this is the next possible levels as far as ICICI Bank is concerned. So, see, considering risk to reward ratio, we won't recommend any particular trade in ICICI Bank at current level. But if you are already holding longs, then you can certainly step at 334, 335. These are the next levels to watch out for. As far as private banking is concerned, Kotak Mahindra Bank is the one stock that we have been liking since last couple of days. This stock has been consolidating in the range last couple of months, wherein 81,000 has become a very strong base, and since last couple of days have been witnessing some kind of buying in this particular counter at lower levels. Today also we are seeing a good positive traction. So 1035 is the important resistance level to watch out for as far as Kotak is concerned. So once this stock manages to surpass 1035, we could see a decent jump towards 1065. So we would wait for breakout to happen. If Kotak Bank moves beyond 1035, that triggers a good buy. According to us, you'll get a 25-30 points quite easily in next couple of days. So one can watch out for 1035 for Kotak Bank.
Right, Sumit, in that case, if you're saying, and I'm just making it simple for our viewers, Kotak Bank, if it crosses, it starts trading above 1035, that basically triggers the buy call here with a target of 1065. Again, that's what Sumit is saying. But then, Sumit, for this call, what is the stop loss level?
If once the stock manages to surpass 1035, one can keep a stop loss somewhere around today's low, which is around 1020. So one can keep a stop loss somewhere around 1018, go long above 1035, and expect a target of 1065.
Right, so basically 1.5% of support once it crosses 1035. Right now, almost 7 rupees lower, so basically 7 rupees more, 1036, and then again the call gets activated here. So that's the word coming on the financial side. But is there anything which you like on the NBFC side? Capital First, again, the stock is trading strong after the deal, 12% premium as per the deal announcement here. And again, the stock basically is up around 5.5%, has cooled off from the day's high. But then again, still there is almost 6 to 7% which is there again, which could be met up over the next few sessions here. Samit, is it a good time to go long in Capital First stock? And also, there are a lot of NBFC stocks again which have been seeing consolidation. Today again, Manappuram is trading very strong. So again, the second question mine would be on Manappuram. How is it looking right now? And the third would be that perhaps because of the trade due to re-rating or the relative valuation, anything else which you like, could be Reliance Capital, could be Chola, anything else which you like in NBFC space?
See, as far as Capital First is concerned, the low-hanging fruit is already gone now. The stock gave a decisive breakout a couple of weeks back, somewhere around 700, 710, and as a disclosure, we had recommended to our client also. But our near-term target was somewhere around 760, 780, and it has surpassed our levels quite convincingly. So, as far as Capital First is concerned, we won't be able to recommend any fresh trade setup at current level. But those who have bought it at lower level, they can probably trail their stop loss somewhere around 860, 865, which now should act as a very strong support. So we won't recommend any particular trade setup in Capital First at current level. As far as Manappuram Finance is concerned, yes, recently we saw some kind of consolidation happening, wherein the stock has been one of the outperforming stock of late. There's a strong resistance around 126, 127. So if the stock manages to surpass this level, we could see a confirmation of bullish flag pattern. So we would rather wait for a breakout to happen. Once it breaks 126 and sustains above that, you could see a decent up move at least toward 132, 135. So in that case, one can go long with stop loss of somewhere around 120. Apart from this, Can Fin Home is the one stock that we have been liking. The stock has been laggard since last 3 to 4 months. However, of late we saw some kind of base building happening around 470, 480, and today we are seeing some signs of buying interest at low level. So we can go long in Can Fin Home at current level, keeping the stop loss somewhere around 474. And once this stock surpasses 490, which we are anticipating to happen, we could see a decent jump towards 504, 508.
So Can Fin Homes, again, watch out for those levels as indicated by Sumit here. Now, metal stocks again actually are doing well in the trade today. In fact, in the LME again, aluminium, zinc, nickel, lead again, all actually were doing good. And if I basically look at the stocks like Hindalco again, Vedanta, Nalco again, with respect to the aluminum price of move, they actually are showing good sort of long addition there. And also, interestingly, I know prices are down 5 to 6% Asian trade today, and that's why again there is a positive fillip for the steel stocks also. So, Samit, I want to ask you about 3 stocks here. Number 1 would be Tata Steel. We actually were seeing good writing happening around 800, but again, in terms of the prices, again, it's a good up move for the stock, and also the commodity prices are on the side of Tata Steel. Number 2 would be Hindalco and Nalco, and also if you are spotting any other good trade in the space here.
Piyush, honestly speaking, no, if we consider overall price action last week, we were of the opinion that metal stock are likely to see some kind of profit booking, because if we see from a broader perspective, as far as Tata Steel is concerned, it was trading around its important hurdle 780, and since last 4 or 5 days, it's been consolidating around those levels, and it was struggling to cross 780. But today, we've already seen a massive breakout on intraday basis. So today's close would be quite crucial. According to us, if it manages to surpass 780 on a closing basis, then probably we could see a further action towards 815, 820 also. But today, in the second half, if we see some kind of profit booking at high level and the stock again corrects back below 780, then probably it's a sell sign according to us, and in that case we could see decent weakness coming in Tata Steel. So we would rather wait for today's close for Tata Steel, and if it manages to sustain above 780, probably we'll have a decent up move towards 815. As far as Hindalco is concerned, yes, clearly this has been one of the outperforming stock if we consider overall price action in last 1.5 years. We were of the opinion that 280, 285 would act as a recent hurdle, and of late we saw some kind of profit booking happening at higher level. But no, as far as today's price action is concerned, yes, we are seeing some kind of buying interest at low levels, but still we are not convinced whether this stock would manage to surpass its recent hurdle of 280, 282 or not. So if we have to take any further call, we would rather wait for a breakout to happen beyond 280, 282.
Right, so a cautious word right now coming from Samiti on the metal space here. But remember, till the time dollar index again is weakening here, it's actually going to work as a positive fillip for this sector here. Let me ask you, Samit, on some stocks which are showing good signs of long build-up today. One is L&T again, very strong long build-up just in the last 1 hour. Good trend basically is being visible there. Gujarat Alkali also again, some sort of good buying basically is coming into that stock. And number 3, I want to ask you regarding the media stocks, and there are a lot of media stocks. First, I want to ask about Z Entertainment. So L&T, where again we saw some buying last week also, but today in particular, very strong buying. Gujarat Alkali and then Z Entertainment.
See, clearly L&T has been one of the outperforming stock during the calendar year 2017. We saw a series of breakouts happening in this particular counter, and recently also after a long consolidation of nearly couple of months, the stock managed to surpass 1250, 1260, and since then we have been witnessing a decent rally in this stock. Clearly this overall momentum is quite strong. We don't see any kind of weakness as such, at least in the near term, so we could see extension of this move towards 1317, 1380. So those who have bought it at low levels, they can certainly remain stay put, keeping a strict stop loss now somewhere around 1320, and expect a decent appreciation toward 1380. As far as Gujarat Alkali is concerned, we don't track this counter quite closely, but if we look at it from a slightly broader perspective, recently this stock managed to surpass its recent hurdles of 800 with sizable volumes, and since then we have been witnessing good positive traction in this counter, and today also we are seeing a decent jump of nearly 6.5%. So we would expect this rally to extend a bit, at least 925, 930. These are the next level to watch out for in next probably couple of days. So those who are bought at low levels, they can now trail their stop losses higher somewhere around 860, which has now become a very strong support zone. And the last stock that you spoke about is Z Entertainment. Clearly, Z Entertainment is the one stock that has been attracting good buyers' attention since last couple of months. It has already given a decent recovery from low levels of 480, 485, and still going strong. So, looking at the overall price action in last couple of weeks, the stock has come out of its near-term congestion zone somewhere around 595. The volume activity is good, so we would expect continuation of this rally probably towards 625, 628 over the next few sessions.
Right, so Z again is a space again which you should be looking is what again Samit is saying in terms of what is actually could be a good up move here. L&T also again basically you were sounding but positive on it. But Samit again, apart from the stocks which you just talked about, is there anything which is catching your attention or which you think perhaps actually is qualifying for just a fresh breakout?
See, Container Corp is the one stock that has broken out from its couple of months concession zone last week around 1400, 1420 with huge volume. Since last 3-4 days, it has been consolidating. But if we look at it from a slightly broader perspective, the stock has already given a decisive breakout. And on Friday also, we saw the stock retesting its breakout points and recovering from those levels. So we would expect Container Corp to move towards 1524, which is our near-term target, and as a disclosure, we have recommended this to our clients as well. So one can go long at current level, or minor intraday dip would be a good buying opportunity. One can keep a stop loss somewhere on 3090, go long for target of 1524, and our other call would be sell call on Voltas. Clearly, this stock has been struggling since last couple of weeks. Benchmarks at all-time highs, and at the same time, this stock has been correcting gradually from its recent highs. Last week we saw the stock giving close below its daily 20 moving average, which was placed around 640, and today also we are seeing some kind of weakness. So we would expect Voltas to slide towards 612, which is our near-term target. One can go short with a stop loss of 644.
Right, so in call coming on Voltas and Concor again, where a good sort of bullish call is coming from Samit here. And Samit, let me ask you, like on a space again which basically is looking quite interesting, IRB Infra again 2% up. So again, and basically we have seen some sort of move coming from the infra stocks. The last time again we actually were seeing NCC again, and those stocks again were buzzing. But today GMR Infra and IRB Infra actually is what is catching my attention. Some sort of good open risk build up there. Is there any sort of good positive trade which we can actually initiate for the second half?
See, as far as IRB is concerned, recently we saw V-shaped recovery in this particular counter from the levels of 195, 200, and since last 3 to 4 weeks, we have been witnessing good buying interest. Today, this stock has managed to surpass its 250 with a breakaway gap. So that's a positive sign, but the stock has come off a bit from its day's high. So we would wait for today's close. If the stock manages to stay beyond 250, then probably tomorrow we can take a call. One can go long somewhere around 254, 255 by keeping a strict stop loss somewhere around 244. Expect a decent precision toward 265, 268. As far as GMR Infra is concerned, to be honest, we don't track this counter considering its historical behavior. But if we look at it from a slightly broader perspective, recently the stock has managed to give a decent price appreciation with rising volume. So that clearly indicates that at least in the near term, we are likely to see this rally getting extended. Since last couple of weeks, the stock has been consolidating, but once this stock manages to surpass 23, we could see a decent move at least towards 25, 26.
Right, so that's the word coming on infra here. But Samit, let's also talk about rallies here. Again, for almost 4.5% up, good sort of build up here in terms of open interest also. Is there any sort of good trade here? And also apart from rallies, also want to ask you regarding Sun TV, because it's very visible that if I'm just looking at Hathway, Sun TV, Z Entertainment, almost the media stocks actually have been seeing good buying in the last 7 to 8 sessions here. So one word would be around the Sun TV. We just talked about Z Entertainment, and then also because Sun TV is almost flat, while Z again has actually made the move here. So if there is a valid trade here, and number 2 would be rallies, where again 280 levels have been touched today, and the stock is almost 5% up.
Coincidentally, Piyush, in the morning when Rallies India broke out from a resistance of 275, 277, we came out with a buy call, and as a disclosure, we have recommended this to our client as well. So our near-term target for Rallies would be somewhere around 304. It can be bought with a stop loss of 262. So we are quite upbeat on this stock. As far as Sun TV is concerned, we were quite upbeat on the stock when the stock managed to break out from a resistance of 860 couple of months back, and our near-term target was somewhere around 981,000. So it has already surpassed our target levels. But if we look at it from a medium to long-term perspective, clearly chart structure is quite strong, and with a 3 to 4 months view, we expect the stock to head toward 12. However, at current level, we won't be able to recommend any trade setup since the recent rally is quite steep in nature. So we would rather wait for some kind of consolidation, time-wise consolidation, or a price-wise decline. Probably it was 1020, 1000 to go long in this particular counter.
So Rallis is a stock again where Sumit is looking comfortable right now above 75 levels. They are at present trading around 278. Stock is 5% up. 280 actually is the level where you actually could see the last month high again basically was around those levels. You saw a bit of cool off. Now again today the stock actually has retraced those levels. So just watch out for this stock. It's a very good open interest build up which is happening with this counter here. Here we go, 1 month again the stock actually is hitting the fresh 1 month high here. It's the stock which has linkage to fertilizer, so which means sentimental linkage to the budget also. So again the stock perhaps is going to be on the radar of traders for this month here. Sumit, thanks a lot for all the strategies and the stock ideas. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of FNO Spotlight. From the entire team here, thanks a lot for watching us.